Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to my presentation today about the SCOS, an innovative student-centered observation scheme. My name is Wood, and I'm from Pro.Ed Education Solutions company. This is a consultancy company, and we offer educational solutions to schools and institutions. In 20 minutes today, I'm going to talk about the SCOS. So what is it? Why we need to use it? The design principles, the focus performance areas, and the components, also the applications and modifications. Okay, let's go to the first part. What is SCOS? SCOS is actually an acronym of the phrase Student Centered Observation Scheme, also the name of the scheme, right? So this is an innovative approach to classroom observation and teacher professional development. And it is developed to respond to the evolving demands and needs of education, particularly in the post-COVID era. So why do we need to use the SCOS? So first of all, the SCOS helps teacher answer the regularly forgotten question, who is teaching for? Is it for students? Is it for the teacher? Is it for the observer or for the principals, right? Second, the SCOS shifts the observation focus from evaluating teachers' behaviors to observing student behaviors. Right? Now the observer needs to look at the student more than look at the teachers. Right? The third one is the SCOS bolster teachers' professional development by helping them hone their teaching skills and strategies to better support student learning. Right? So together with observations, right, the SCOS also provide a framework for teachers to improve, to help students learn better. And the SCOS truly places students at the center of the learning process. We always talk about student-centeredness, right? Student-centered classroom, student-centered teaching approach. However, not all teachers remember that. Not all observers remember that when they do the observation. So the SCOS will serve as a guidelines for teachers and observers when they do the observations. Okay, now let's talk about the design principles, right? The SCOS is designed based on the four modern principles, as you can see on the screen here. It empowers students and encourages them to take ownership of their learning while providing teachers with the tools and techniques to support them in doing so. So we can have a look here. I can say the four principles are the first one, student-centeredness. Right? Whatever the teachers do in class, they must place the student at the center in terms of the learning outcomes, right? The learning process, the choice, voice, space and place, and thinking. So all of them need to be prioritized for the students. And the second principle is eclecticism. With this term, I mean that teachers don't need to follow any particular methods or teaching techniques for the whole lesson. They should and must combine many methods so that they can deliver the best lessons, deliver the most effective lesson to the student in terms of student outcome, right? And they need to use many methods so they can solve the problem in their class. For example, if there is a student in class who is kind of slow in vocabulary, right, remembering the meanings of vocabulary, so the teacher may use a different method to help that student, right, compared with the methods they use for the whole class. That's what eclecticism means, right? The third and the fourth principles that the SCOS is based on, that is the teacher's new roles and the student new roles. After the pandemic, our roles are different, right? We are not only the teachers in class, we are we must be lifelong learners, we must be life skill educator, right? To teach students the life skill they need, not only the knowledge. And the students, the same thing happens to them, right? Students now, they don't just come to class and wait for the teachers to teach them. They must be independent learners. They must be active learners, and they must learn more than the knowledge in class, life skill, for example. So those are the design principles that the SCOS is based on. Now, let's talk about the focused performance areas of the SCOS. As the observation scheme, there must be some areas for the observers to look at when they observe class, right? And the SCOS centers around 5 performance areas that assess the achievement of the students during the lesson, such as student engagement, student comprehension, or student cognitive effort. Now, let's have a look at one example, one of the 5 performance area of the SCOS, right? And this is the student engagement. So you can see that for every performance area, the SCOS provides the description, what is it about, right? The objectives, why do we need to observe that? And the rationale, what the area can help students, right? And also, the SCOS will provide the expected students' behavior for that area and the corresponding teachers' teaching skills for that areas too. Right, so have a look at this. Here we see the student engagement is the name of the performance area, right? And then we have the guiding questions or reminding questions for the observer and the teachers, right? Know what to do. Then this is the description, the objective, the rationale, the expected student behavior. This is very important because the observers and the teachers will look at this to see if the lesson is effective or not. For example, with student engagement, one of the expected student behavior is that the student actively participating in class activities. Right? So with this one, the observers can see very clearly. They know if the student, if this performance is good or not. And also later, the teachers will know which teaching skill they need to improve on if they want to have a better outcome, better results for this learning, for this performance area. For example, they need to encourage active participation, right? Or they need to learn how to maintain the student focus. So this is an example of the SCOS performance area, and there are 5 performance areas in the SCOS. So with the SCOS, there are 3 main components. The first one we call Classroom Performance Assessment or CPA. The second one is CFT, Competencies Framework for Teaching. And the third one is the SCOS Teacher PD Learning Platform. This is the AMS, and this is where the teachers will come and learn after they got observed, right? So this is the first thing, CPA, Classroom Performance Assessment, include the classroom observation form and the rubrics. So with the classroom observation form, you can see that there are 3 pages, right? 3 pages. And we can do the observation note right on here on the paper form, or we can also put it in a platform, computer platforms, right? We can do it automatically. And then the rubrics. For the rubrics, you can see that this is a 5-scale rubric for each performance areas from outstanding to poor. For this rubric, it's very easy for the observer to mark the lesson, and also very easy for teacher to see where they are. The second component is the CFT, Competency Framework for Teaching. This is a very important part of the SCOS because this framework outlines the core teaching skill and techniques that the teacher needs to learn so that they can improve, right, for the 5 performance area. And in total, there are 23 core teaching skills in the CFT with 86 teaching techniques, and they are categorized into 4 levels for the teachers. Let's have a look at the example of the CFT for performance area student engagement, right? So you can see here, student engagement, expected student behavior, and here the core teaching skill, right, for 4 levels. And the suggested teaching techniques also for 4 levels. For example, if the teachers need to learn the skill encouraging student active participation, over here there are some techniques they can learn for that, right? Similarly, we have number 3, level 3, incorporating real-world connection and relevance, and here are the strategies for them so that they can learn the skill. So this is the competency framework for teaching, and all 5 performance areas we have this the same table like this. And the last components of the SCOS is the teachers PD learning platform on the LMS. So the LMS provides the teachers with access to all modules for the SCOS. There are 23 learning modules, nano learning, AI supported learning for 23 core teaching skills. Now let's have a look at one example of a SCOS module, right?
Welcome to the video course on setting and maintaining clear expectations and rules in the classroom. I'm Andy, and I'll be your guide throughout this course. In this course, we'll explore the essential principles and strategies for creating a positive and productive learning environment through clear expectations and rules. In this section, we'll lay the foundation by defining what expectations and rules are and why they are crucial in a classroom setting. So, what do we mean by expectations? Expectations are the standards or behaviors we anticipate from our students. They set the tone for the class and help create a structured learning environment. Rules, on the other hand, are specific guidelines that outline the boundaries and limits within the classroom. They provide a framework for student behavior and ensure a safe and inclusive space for everyone. Now, let's talk about the importance of clear expectations and rules. When students know what is expected of them and understand the rules in place, they feel more confident, secure, and motivated to succeed. Clear guidelines also foster a sense of accountability, responsibility, and
so that is one example of a module that the teachers can go to the LMS and learn to improve themselves, right? And there are 23 modules like that. Okay, now, how about the applications and modifications of the SCOS? So you can see that the standard application will be, first of all, the teacher will get observed, right, using the CPA. And then the student and the observer will define the areas for improvement for the teachers based on the CFT. And then the teachers go to the LMS to learn and improve. So those are the standard applications of using the SCOS at the school. Okay, how about modification? Actually, the SCOS is very flexible in terms of modifications because they can be used for face-to-face classes, online classes, all subjects, for all levels, and very easy to modify according to the school's needs. For example, if you think that there should be one more performance area, we can help to build the performance area for you. Or we can change the current performance to suit your school needs. Okay, that's all about the SCOS I'd like to share with you today. If you are more interested, you can download the Eduverse newsletter. In this issue, I think issue number 2, I have an interview about this. Eduverse newsletter is also a product of Pro.Ed. It's free, and you can download it, the whole version, the full version for you to read. So thank you, and I welcome any questions from you. If you have any questions, you can ask now, or you can contact me at the email on the screen. And also, you can go to our website pro.ed.com.vn, to learn more about the SCOS. Thank you.